Hi guys, some of you have been asking how I'm doing with my eating disorder, and first of all, thank you for caring. I really didn't expect people without an eating disorder to care, and it's just lovely to see that the world is still full of people who actually care about other people. I'm still not fully recovered. I am still in sick leave, so I'm not working at all, but I'm making huge progress. And it all started in the beginning of December. Actually, in November, I was really hopeless. And you should know that I have had periods where I have been suicidal because I was so hopeless that I didn't want to live anymore. I just couldn't keep living with the eating disorder. But on the other hand, I couldn't find the strength to do what I needed to do to actually get over the eating disorder. So it was like I had no hope. I tried and tried and tried over and over again to do the things that I knew I needed to do to recover. But every time I tried to do those things, I was so overcome by anxiety that I binged again. And it seemed impossible not to give in to the binges. And I knew that this way I just wasn't able to recover. And there was no one who could help me, like even my therapists. They don't have the answer. You have to recover from your eating disorder yourself. They can guide you, but they don't have all of the answers. And I became really hopeless to a point where I just wanted to give up. I didn't really want to give up, but I didn't see any other way out. And I was in so much pain that I started to think about suicide, even though I didn't want to die. I didn't want to leave my friends behind. I didn't want to leave my family behind. When I thought of my parents, they would be devastated. My heart just broke. And that's why I didn't go through with it. I couldn't do it yet, but I was thinking about it. And every time I failed, when I tried to recover from my eating disorder, the suicidal thoughts got worse. I just want you to know that I was in that place, but I am no longer in that place now, and I'm going to tell you why. So in November, I was really hopeless because of the things that I just told you. I tried so hard to recover and it just seemed impossible. But I'm someone with a lot of perseverance. I never give up. And I'm also a very positive person. And I think that's what saved me. I kept looking for solutions. Even though I thought it was hopeless, I just kept looking for answers. And that's when I found the book Brain Over Binge, written by Kathryn Hansen. And I had already heard of this book before, but I wasn't able to order it anywhere. Like, it wasn't available in the libraries. I couldn't buy it in the bookstores here because it was sold out and it has to be reprinted, and I couldn't order it online. But then I found a website where I could order it, and I did. I just had a feeling like that this book had the answer. I didn't know why, I just felt that it did. So I bought the book, I read it, and this book opened my eyes. After I read it, I was like, whoa, I am going to recover in a couple of weeks now. Now that I know all of this, I am so going to recover in a couple of weeks. The thing is, it's written by this girl who also suffered from bulimia, severe bulimia. And she came across a book called Rational Recovery. I'll put the title and the author down below. And she read it, and this book opened her eyes. It's actually a book that's written for alcoholics for who the AA doesn't really work. So it's a, how do you say this? It's an alternative recovery program for alcoholics. And she applied this program for her binging program. And it worked, and she recovered within weeks. And after reading the book, I was like, whoa, I so understand why I'm binging and why I can't stop. and I am going to recover within weeks now, just like this girl did. But the problem was that I totally understood intellectually what she was saying in the book, because it's kind of a scientific explanation of why you're binging and why you can't stop. I totally understood this intellectually, but I didn't have a connection with the explanation. I didn't feel the solution. I understood the solution, but I didn't feel it. And I watched an interview with this girl on YouTube, and in this interview she explained that this happens to a lot of people who read her book. A lot of people who read her book understand the strategy that she used to recover intellectually, but they aren't able to connect with it. And this was my problem as well. So I read the book, I had an epiphany, I was so sure I was going to recover in a couple of weeks, and then it didn't happen. I still binged. And luckily, before I tried the strategy, I talked to my therapist, and she warned me that it might not work and that I shouldn't panic if it didn't work. So she kind of prepared me mentally for the possibility that it might not work, and that I shouldn't panic and that I shouldn't kill myself if it didn't work. So I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't kill myself if this book didn't work for me. Luckily, because it turned out the book didn't work for me. And it was really disappointing, but all I needed was the reassurance that the fact that this book didn't work wasn't the end. So I googled Kathryn Hansen plus interview, and I bumped into an interview with her where she explains that if you're not able to stop binging after reading the book, it's okay. It's no reason to panic, and it doesn't mean that you're never going to recover. It just means you need some time to learn how to apply her strategy. And that was all I needed to be reassured that I am capable of recovering. I just needed, I actually already knew this, it's just common sense, but I just needed the confirmation that what I was thinking was correct. Okay, but that didn't solve my problem. I was like, shit, I'm still binging and I want to stop. I really want to recover from this eating disorder and start working again, get on with my life again. But I didn't know what I could do to motivate myself to go through the pain, because my only problem was that when I felt the urge to binge, I wasn't able to resist the binge and just go through the pain, because this is what happens. You feel the urge to binge, and it grows and grows and grows until you become insane. You literally become an insane person, and you would kill to be able to binge. All you want to do is binge, and you cannot think of anything else before you've had that binge. It's like an addiction, but worse. It's insane. Normal people without an eating disorder aren't even able to understand this. It's not rational. It's a complete irrational feeling, and it just feels like you're going insane. And the thing is, you need to go through the pain. You need to keep telling yourself, no, I'm not going to binge. But the thing is, the urge to binge is gonna go away, but it's gonna take several hours before it's gone. And during those hours, you're gonna have peaks of insanity. And it's really hard to get through them. It is complete madness. But once you've done it, you are going to feel so good afterwards, because afterwards the urge to binge is gonna be gone. And once you've experienced that, you know that there is a possibility, there is hope, it's possible, and like every time you do it, it gets easier and easier and easier. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of insane moments before it gets easier. And that was a problem. I wasn't able to go through that pain, to go through those insane moments, which is why I chose to binge over and over again. And I had become so hopeless that I didn't want to recover anymore. I mean, I wanted to recover, but I just didn't want to fight anymore. I didn't want to fight for myself anymore. For me, it was over. It was over and out. Unconsciously, I was like, just let me die. My life is over. So I didn't have the motivation within myself to fight harder. So I knew the solution was to find a motivation outside of myself that would motivate me, that would be strong enough to get me to choose to go through the pain that I needed to go through to recover. And I found one. For some time, I really wanted to record my journey. I had even started making videos from time to time, but I always stopped because, first of all, it's really hard to do. You always have to have your camera with you. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes it's just weird when you have to film in public or when my boyfriend was there. Plus, making these videos caused me to be focused on my eating disorder day in, day out, and I didn't know if that was a good thing, because sometimes you just need to distract yourself from your eating disorder in order to get over it. So I always stopped making the videos. But this time I was like, you know what, I've been having this feeling that I really need to do this. So I'm just gonna really do it this time. And the reason I wanted to do that was because there have been moments where I have made progress in my eating disorder thanks to videos of other people on YouTube who make videos about their eating disorders or their past eating disorders. And because I knew that those people have helped me in the past with their videos, I thought maybe I, in the future, can help other people get over their eating disorders with my videos. And I was like, I know how miserable eating disorders are. I mean, I wanted to kill myself. If I can save even one life by uploading videos of me on the internet, if I can help only one person with an eating disorder, then that is awesome. That is fulfilling. That is doing something with your life. For me, living means having fun and helping other people, being a good human being. That's what I think life is about. And this idea of the fact that it could be possible for me to help other people by making videos was such a motivation. And I was like, you know what? I am not just going to stand in front of the camera and talk about tips for eating disorder recovery. No, I am going to film every fucking aspect of an eating disorder. The good moments, but also the insane moments. The moments that you really don't want people to watch on your channel. But hey, I gotta upload them because the only thing I have been missing on the internet from people who make videos about their eating disorders is they talk about how they got over it and they talk about how hard it was and how insane they were, but they don't show themselves being insane. They talk about it, but like when they talk about it, you feel a little bit better, you feel less alone. But like 10 minutes later, when you feel crappy about yourself, you binge anyway because you just forget their words. It's very contemporary, the relief. But if I would have watched another person with an eating disorder freaking the fuck out and getting over that without binging, I would have been so fucking inspired to do better the next time I feel the urge to binge. And this is why I am going to choose to upload my insane moments in the future, even though that might go horribly wrong. Like, I may get so many haters, I may get laughed at, there's a possibility that future employers are not gonna want to hire me because they're like, well, this person is insane, we're not gonna hire an insane person. So there may be possible consequences, but I feel like I need to do this. So, to make a long story short, I started making a video series about my eating disorder. And since that day, which was the 4th of December, I think, I have only binged 3 or maximum 4 days. And we are now the 5th of February. So only 3 or 4 binges from the 4th of December until the 5th of February. That is amazing. I have lost a ton of weight, and yes, that is not the most important thing of bulimia recovery, because the weight will come off automatically when you recover. The weight loss shouldn't be important because you might go towards anorexia, which is awful. I shouldn't even be talking about the weight loss, but I'm still sick, so losing weight is still very appealing to me, but I lost a ton of weight and I'm eating so good. I'm eating 3 or even 4 times a day, and I'm eating rice, potatoes, fruits, vegetables. I'm eating delicious things. I'm starting to get over some fear foods. I started eating bread again. I'm eating more than I used to. And I've even changed my diet. And by diet, I don't mean diet like a diet to lose weight, but I mean a lifestyle. I used to eat a lot of fruit because it digests really fast. So after 3 or 4 hours, I would be hungry again. And when I feel hungry, I feel safe. I feel like I'm allowed to eat again. And that's why I would eat so many fruit meals, because I would be sure to be hungry again after 4 hours. So I would be sure to be able to eat breakfast, dinner and lunch without feeling anxious. But after a while, my metabolism started working properly again, and I got hungrier and hungrier. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to eat more fulfilling foods like rice and potatoes. And now I'm able to eat vegan meatloaf with potatoes and barley in it for breakfast and for dinner. And I'll just eat a smoothie or even French fries for lunch. And this is amazing. I feel so good right now. And I don't know if it's gonna last. I'm trying really hard. I'm still struggling sometimes, but it's going better and better and better. So I'm making huge progress. And that's amazing. Because of the video series, it's because I know that I'm recording all of this, the good moments, the bad moments, the insane moments. Of course, I'm also making videos where I'm just standing in front of the camera and giving tips to people with an eating disorder, but I'm also recording the daily stuff. Because I know that one day I'm gonna upload these videos and I'm gonna be able to help other people with it, that I am able to, when I feel the urge to binge, to persevere and to not give in. The first step, so the video series that I'm making is actually the reason I was able to recover. Plus, of course, my boyfriend. I started an official relationship like 5 months ago, and he is the man of my life. He supports me in everything. He is super patient. He still loves me in spite of my crazy moments, in spite of the fact that I can be a real bitch sometimes. He honestly loves me with his whole heart, and he even told me that he ever experienced this. I think what we have is true love, and because he supports me so much, it makes me want to fight harder, because I want to make him happy. And I'm sorry, but a man cannot be happy with someone who's binging all of the time, who's canceling dinner plans, who's canceling movie nights because she has binged and she's feeling bad. An eating disorder is really selfish, you know? So my eating disorder was really ruining our lives at first, and it's getting better and better now. But just the fact that he loves me and he wants to have a life with me motivates me to fight harder. So it started out with me fighting for other people and my boyfriend, and I started experiencing that there is hope and that there is a possibility of me recovering fully. I did start to fight for me also, but it didn't start out that way. And the message I want to give to the people who do have an eating disorder watching this video is, I have been in a place where I honestly thought it was not possible to recover. The thing is, it is possible for anyone. No matter how sick you are, because I have been sick since I've been 14 years old. That's a very long time to have an eating disorder, so it's very persistent. It doesn't want to go away, but I'm gonna make it go away. So there is always hope. Please do not kill yourself. There is always hope, and there are always people who love you and who are worth for. If you can't fight for yourself, fight for someone else. Start fighting for someone else. Do something with your life. Find something that will make your life worthwhile and that is bigger than the eating disorder. And for me, it was helping people in the future, because obviously I haven't uploaded these eating disorder videos yet, and I would like to know from you guys if you guys would be interested in them. They are not always pleasant to watch. It is honestly like reality, and the reality of an eating disorder is ugly and scary and terrifying. So I'm gonna make a fool out of myself when I upload these videos, but I'm still gonna do it. I'd like to know from you guys if those of you without an eating disorder are also interested in that. I hope that I can inspire a bunch of people, even people without an eating disorder, because you know what? Everyone struggles with something. And sometimes I watch videos of people with a disease that I do not have, and it still inspires me because I see them fighting and I see them not give up, and it inspires me to also not give up. So let me guys know what you think in the comments, and even though I believe I forgot to mention a bunch of things, I'm just gonna end this video because otherwise it's going to be too long. You appreciated this upload, and I will see you later.